Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This week we're going to talk all about winter hiking layers. I'm going to show you the system that I use to keep me warm on the trail when the temperatures are below freezing. Stick around. Alright, I want to preface this video by saying this is what's worked for me. I've used it over the last few years and everything's been great. It allows me the ability to take off and put on layers as I need, as I get cold or as I get too hot. So your results may vary, and I'd love to hear what you have for your winter layering system in the comments below. But let's get started. We're going to start at the bottom of the body, socks. For winter hiking, I still use my Injini toe socks as a liner. I have a hammer toe, so these actually keep my toes separated enough that I don't have any issues with blisters or anything. And then I wrap them in a nice pair of darn tough wool socks. And usually I'll have 2 pairs of wool socks in my bag just in case these ones get wet. So start at your feet, layer at your feet also. Liner socks, wool socks. Moving up to my legs, we have my lightweight base layer and my midweight base layer. So let's talk about the lightweight one first. My lightweight base layer option is a top and bottom. It's a polyester spandex blend, and it really works for me under my regular clothes if the temperatures are between 15 and 30 degrees Fahrenheit. This material is moisture wicking as well as breathable. So once we get up into the higher 20s, I do sweat a little bit more when I'm hiking. So this actually helps me take that sweat off of my body and keep me from getting too chilled. This is a very inexpensive set, and I think I purchased it from Target maybe 4 years ago. It really held up very well. I'll typically bring these on overnights in the late spring, summer, and early fall as well, just for a little extra warmth overnight. So that's my lightweight option, and this has worked really well for, I would say, the last 4 years, I think, to keep me warm and keep me dry. Now let's move up to my medium weight base layer. I picked this up last year as I started looking at going out in much colder temperatures. When the high for the day doesn't look like it's gonna break the teens, I need a little bit more warmth. So what I did was I picked up this flannel polyester blend set. We have a top and some bottoms, and these will keep me warm just by themselves if I keep moving. Now, if it's going to get much colder, or I'm going to be in a situation where the wind is whipping really hard, what I'll actually do is I will combine this with my lightweight layer, and it's lots of protection. Plus, it's really comfortable. I've used this as sleeping clothes in kind of early spring and late fall. It's nice and soft to keep you warm, and it's just, it feels like you're being hugged by a warm fuzzy bear. Fleece is one of those materials that personally I love to get wrapped up in. It makes me feel nice and warm, and it's just really enjoyable. So my medium weight base layer, this will keep me warm between, I would say probably -2 is what I used it for recently, up to about 15 degrees. After about 15 degrees Fahrenheit, I start getting a little bit too warm, and this ended up not working as well as it should. Now that we have the base layer situation taken care of, let's move to the outside a little bit. First up, my Softshell hiking pants. These are actually the LLB Knife's Edge, and they are incredible. They're fleece lined, so they'll keep you warm. They're water resistant, so they'll keep you dry. They're abrasion resistant, so as you're walking through the brush of down trees or just hairy trails, you never know, you're not going to rip your pants. And the best part, in my particular opinion, is that they actually are stretchy. So as you're climbing over those trees or as you're climbing over some boulders, these pants will actually move with you. They don't ride up or pull funny. They're actually going to stretch with your leg movements. They're awesome. These pants are incredible. A recent purchase for me, and I'm very glad that I did it. But one of the cool things is we've got zippers where the boots are so that you can get them around some of the heavier winter mountaineering boots as well as just your regular winter hiking boots. So yeah, my Softshell pants are awesome, and I have not been in a situation where I needed anything more on my legs. So I don't have a hard shell, but these soft shells are awesome. They are, like I said, I'm really happy with the purchase, and they've worked really well for me so far. For my upper body, I'm a flannel guy through and through. I have a couple of flannels, long sleeve, that just, they are, they're the best. I will always go to flannel over almost any other shirt when it comes to staying warm, staying dry, and staying comfortable in the wintertime. This is one of my favorite shirts. It kind of goes with the whole bearded outdoorsman thing. All I need now is a pair of suspenders and an axe. But yeah, flannel shirt. This will keep me warm in all sorts of situations. Plus, it's button down, so I can open it up, you know, if I need to, roll the sleeves up if I need to, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, on my upper body, my next layer over my base layer is my flannel shirt.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
So now that we're dressed for the hike, let's talk about coats, because this is actually where the majority of my layering system comes into play. As you see, it's winter out, it's chilly right now, so I'll show you and talk to you about what I'm wearing now. First up is my fleece hoodie. I don't go anywhere without my fleece hoodie. It is my everyday wear. This thing is great. It'll keep me warm, it'll keep me dry, and like I said before about the pants, I like being comfortable, and this thing is ultra comfortable. It is hooded, so I can pull this up, and I can tighten it up real nice. Let's see if I can find the drawstring here. There it is. You know, so I can squinch it down if I need to. Typically, that's not an issue. But yes, my next layer is my fleece hoodie, and it has been around since before I started hiking. I love my hoodie. It's great. As you can see, on top of my hoodie, I'm wearing my puffy. Now, this layer is perfect for today. It's keeping me nice and warm. But if the wind were to pick up anymore, I would actually be wearing my shell. Now, this shell is also hooded. It's a thick material that blocks out the wind and the rain, which is huge, especially when you combine it with the puffy. And in case you were wondering, my LL Bean puffy is 850 fill with down tech. So that is the treated down that can actually withstand some moisture getting into it without like clumping up and getting weird like normal down can. So I just wanted to share that with you just in case you were not aware. So if the weather picks up on top of a mountain or in the middle of the woods, I will have all three of these coats on in some situations. My fleece layer, and I'll zip up my puffy. And then I'll throw this on over the top of it to keep my down from actually getting wet and to offer that extra layer of protection. Okay, outside of layering your clothes, a few other things that I highly recommend. A nice, comfortable, warm wool hat. This one is actually homemade. Thank you, Chrissy. My wife made it for me a few weeks ago, and it is awesome. I'll wear it everywhere. I wear it to work. I wear it throughout the house, wear it out on the trail. It is so comfortable, so warm, and just a really nice piece of gear that I'm excited to have. You also need some gloves. These are the gloves that I use for regular walking, I guess. If you're just on the trail moving, these keep my hands nice and warm. Actually, my wife is going to be making me some wool mittens soon, so I'm really excited about that as well. But I also recommend some really thick, warm ski gloves that are waterproof. just because you never know what the situation's gonna be. The last piece of gear that I have are my boots, right? So a lot of people talk about what boots they're gonna use for winter hiking. I've tried a few different kinds of boots. I even foolishly tried to hike in the winter in my trail runners. Don't do that, that's a terrible idea. It was about a quarter mile in, my feet got wet. I said, this is terrible. Went back, called it a day, not good. But these are the Columbia Bugaboot 3s. These things are incredible. Wow, I'll tell you what, they keep my feet warm regardless of the situation. I don't think I've ever had cold feet in these things. And we've been out in some pretty serious weather. These will keep my feet warm down to, I think, -20, which I'll be completely honest with you, if it's -20 out, I'm not going outside hiking. I'm staying inside with a warm cup of hot chocolate and some good movies, probably. But yeah, my Columbia Bugaboot 3s kind of complete the whole package of my winter hiking outfit. So far, so good, right? I haven't had a situation where this system has failed me, and I've had lots of situations where it's been completely successful. So, like I said earlier, this is what works for me. Your mileage may vary, and you know, I encourage you to do your own research. All right, that's it. That's what I wear when I'm going out winter hiking, the layering system I use and the gear that I use. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. That would be excellent. If you enjoy gear videos or outdoor adventuring videos, we have a whole collection of them. I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and check them all out. But most importantly, until we can get together again, I hope you get outside and do something awesome. Thanks for watching.